Ah, hey, hello. We're live, I hope. Yes? Perfect. We're gonna make it? Okay, hey. Hey, there we go. Hey, lol, we're not late. We're right upon aboutish time. We're starting exactly at 8:08 p.m., just as we intended. I definitely didn't start getting distracted again reading more stuff about aliens. How's everyone doing tonight? It is me, Gray Allen. We're Grayson Allen, actually. The son of Gray. But anyway, hey, what's up? We're kind of doing like paranormal spooky stuff tonight. How's everybody doing? I see Hatun and Lala are here. Hello and howdy. How are you both doing tonight? I guess just kind of getting right into it just a little bit. I mean, we'll probably do a proper intro in a second, but unless this chat is corrupting you, you don't even know your name. Shush. I could, I should, and I will. Well, sure is alive. That's good to hear. That's a great start, Lala. Glad to hear that. Um, but yeah, so the plan tonight generally is just like I've got a whole bunch of tabs open of like spooky and just paranormal kind of interesting stuff. And we're just gonna kind of be trolling around and just kind of looking at stuff and talking to each other about this. And we got some videos we'll probably do here shortly as well. I was actually gonna start with the video, but then I got down to a bit of a rabbit hole, so we're gonna talk about this real quick. Per Hatun's request to share it on stream before I get lost in my own nonsense. Hatun is off tomorrow, so doing very well. Hey, that's always good news. That means Hatun's going to get lots of good sleep, right? Okay, so. Excuse me. All right, so, hey. Hello, how's everyone doing? So the thing I was getting all hooked up on is I was on the UFO subreddit over here, which I got pulled up right now. I freaking love the UFO subreddit. It's so Hatun says, haha, I wish. Oh, you gotta believe in yourself. Believe in your ability to sleep. So you r/UFOs is a great site. I was just catching up. I haven't actually been on the site for a while. This is part of why I want to do this tonight. It's giving me a good excuse to kind of catch up on things. There's been a lot of cool things in the UFO community going on. Unless this r/no sleep. Is no sleep actually nonfiction? Or is that like fictional stuff? I've never. Oh, I guess we can find out together. I was under the impression that no sleep was a big community. Let's see here. Okay, it is supposedly true experiences, but the copyright notice here says that sharing this stuff without like permission from personal, like, I think I really can't probably be on the site too much because it looks like, and there's a couple of Reddit pages like this where they kind of just like basically the individual posters have like kind of copyright protection over their posts, and so sharing them in a public like forum such as this on a stream without the individual's permission is iffy. That's why there's a couple of subreddits I really like that we're probably not going to visit today because I don't want to get into no trouble with people. You know, I mean, also like, I mean, this is loosely reaction content, I guess we're doing tonight, and I don't want to step on no toes. Hatun says it's been 84 years since I've been able to enjoy sleep, says Hatun. Law says it's fiction treated as nonfiction. Okay, that sounds about right. No sleep. I mean, and that stuff can be really fun too. But I think at least tonight we're kind of dealing with stuff that is mostly being purported as true, and maybe we can work together to suss out if it is real or if it tain't. So you know, but yeah. So the little thing I was kind of getting into on UFO subreddits. First of all, there is this tweet here from Christopher K. Mellon. Apparently, they discovered this is a whole thing, but basically they've been searching for uh, evidence of life on other planets, and the James Webb Telescope possibly has detected dimethyl sulfide, which I can't remember. It's a whole thing. But basically, it's a strong possibility that because of that presence of that stuff, there's like living organisms on that planet. It's very interesting. This has been a whole process they've been doing for like years. I'm aware, like as far as I'm aware, it was like they're basically like, instead of like trying to detect if a planet has life, they're detecting like kind of like byproducts, like they're like searching for radio waves or like certain kinds of gases in the atmosphere of planets as ways like kind of like byproducts of what life would be. And obviously, like if they can find like a planet that's like really heavily polluted, they can assume maybe intelligent life, that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool. So maybe they found a planet, and only 125 light years away. I mean, that's practically like next door in the I don't know, relative to the universe. Jen says won't be here for long, but howdy. Hey Jen, welcome. We're just looking at our UFOs. But yeah, so that was the first thing that kind of caught my eye. That was interesting. Losses only. I know. I mean, it'll take us a hot second to get there, but hey, there might be life. That's kind of cool. The other thing I was really getting into was, if everybody knows about like the alien mummies, they've been like going around in the news and online. So he says, "Oh, that's just across the street. What's a few incomprehensible light years?" I mean, considering the size of the universe is like a bazillion light years or something, supposedly, this is relatively close. But this is really interesting. This is I mean, this is obviously, this is the most scientific way people are searching for life. There's not a whole lot of heavy research being done into the aliens that are kidnapping cows and stuff on our planet. That's a whole different ball game. There's alien mummies. Yeah, those are definitely not clay sculptures. Oh, well, here's the thing, actually, Sajin. Because I was reading there's a couple like really in-depth posts that people have been making. Because what's been happening, like, is this is getting, I mean, for one thing, this is probably getting more legitimacy than it ever deserved. Also, by the way, hi, Sajin. How are you doing? Jen says, I'm doing fine, thanks. Been able to hang out recently, just been feeling off. That's understandable. I mean, I hope you're taking it easy. Hope you're not getting too stressed up or something. But thanks for coming to hang out for a little bit. For as much as you're feeling up to. Satan's excited for the Europa missions. Europa is fascinating. Because like Europa almost super definitely has ice on it, which ice is essentially water. So like yeah, Europa's fascinating. So he's also, hello, nice to be here. But no, yeah, so the alien mummy situation. So first of all, so the alien mummies are actually like confirmed organic, which is already way more credit than I was giving it personally. And so what's interesting is that I believe it was Gaia Online, not Gaia Online, that's the game. There's a website called Gaia something or other, but they've been like hosting a lot of the information on it, and they've uploaded like a full, like basically like some scientists like took some scrapings of the mummies, and they posted the full sequence like for anybody to look at and check out for themselves. And so there's a guy on Reddit he's like, I can't remember. He's a data scientist with some molecular biology and bioinformative experience. He gets paid to do data science, not biology specifically. So then he's teamed up with a few other people within the R UFO community that have like actual like more technical experience with this kind of stuff. But basically, they've been feeding the whole genetic sequence into a computer, which this is a process that's been like taking weeks. Like I think 28 days ago he started this post, and they've been updating it once a week since then. basically, it's like it takes like hours to do like individual, like each like step of the analyzation. But he's been updating it as he goes, and they found some really interesting stuff in terms of, maybe what could or could not be what these things are. And I mean, it's a really long post. I'm not going to like read it verbatim, but essentially, they're finding that a lot of the genetic sequence seems to be human, right? Although there's still like some, they've been like, there's like one sequence there's like, or like there's like some parts that are like are definitely not human, that they're not, or at least like they're still like still unknown. And so they've been like reanalyzing those. That's like what he actually just updated this today. And hopefully like next week, it sounds like they're going to start getting around to like doing a full conclusion of this whole thing. But basically it's looking like whatever these are majority human. And so of course now people are trying to say like, well, it's like, oh, well, they're alien human hybrids, right? That's what that is. I mean, maybe. But so, I mean, there's actual organic tissue, whatever these alien mummies are. This other guy was doing a post where he was like investigating the history of the guy who first kind of brought these to light, Paul Ronceros. That's the guy's real name. Apparently, the guy who first like was like trying to like reveal these to the public is like a known scammer in Peru. So like he's done this before, like, and basically like he's kind of doing a breakdown of the guy, and like this guy is kind of affirming, which is really interesting to go back to this post, because this guy is saying that basically what they've done is that they taxidermied these mummies out of human remains and animal remains in order to like kind of give it like their weird inhuman look. Which I guess I should probably pull up an image of the mummies. So basically, these are almost super definitely fake, unfortunately. That's not... Wait. Aliens. Yeah, these things. But like, so it's real organic tissue. They probably like, it's like a mix of like human and animal stuff. They found this like mishmash together, which is super not okay. So it has been confirmed to be covered in ice. Yeah, Europa's definitely covered in ice. So like that's super fascinating in terms of potential life there, because water, life, baby. This is for sure. I'm taking these just from relaxing, playing games, and doing my studies as usual. I'm still iffy on believing it. Gasp, this me leak. What up? Oh, hey, Debbie. Hey, homies. I was just so prepared. Reese's. That note, I'm off. Enjoy. See you later, Jen. Okay, bye. But yeah, hey, Debbie. Yeah, so the alien body thing, probably definitely fake. Let's be honest. Like the guy that's like actually taking the time to like really analyze the genetic data, saying it's mostly human, and they're not entirely sure what some of the other stuff is, but based on this other post, it's mostly likely just like a mishmash of like other animal stuff, just to make it confusing and difficult to read. I mean, basically, the guy that found these bodies is like known for hoaxing, and it's also like been strongly suspected that he smuggled like human bodies, like he smuggled mummies out of like a different country like a while ago, and he probably modified those mummies into becoming like these alien ones he's trying to sell off now. It's a whole nonsense thing. Basically, I'm saying alien mummies, like 90% chance of them being hooey, but hey Smo, how you doing? Saying to someone, laugh at my missing link comment, please. I don't see any links. Sage, I think if you post links, those get auto banned by the mod. I'm kidding. I know you're trying to make a joke. But I mean, speaking of the missing link, we got a Bigfoot subreddit. So r/Bigfoot. And let me tell you, Bigfoot's been blowing up lately. Like I think Smo was making a comment about that yesterday during our RE4 stream. But there's been like a bunch of like videos recently that are kind of taken off in terms of like who's like, oh, maybe it's evidence. Debbie says if an alien race can make it here, then we stand no chance they would perceive us as monkeys. Debbie, I hope the aliens would perceive us being at least as evolved as monkeys from their perspective. I mean, I don't know. That gets into a whole other debate as far as like, you know, if aliens are here, could get here, have been here, like how would they do so? Why would they do so? Seems I like to give ourselves a little more credit than that. Yeah, I mean it's interesting, like because there's so much stuff about like supposed alien encounters, right? Like there's abductions, there's the contactee phenomenon, there's like sightings of like strange things, and so like it really feels like, at least to me, like from like a really, you know, like from even like from a relatively like skeptical like positions, like there's like something going on because like there's so much that people are seeing or claiming that, I mean, obviously not all of it's true, but I feel like it's equally unlikely that all of it's false, right? But then you have to get into the debate of like what's the part, like what's the stuff that's true, what's the stuff that's fake, and what's the like even like what are we, like how we're perceiving it versus what's actually going on, like that kind of stuff. But since we've done a lot of same things just because we haven't comfortably reached the stars, doesn't mean we're exactly primitive. I mean, we're doing okay. I mean, and the fascinating thing is that like there's real strong evidence to show that like the second our planet went nuclear, so to speak, like back in the 40s, like the second we cracked the atom, like the number of like UFO like related sightings and reports and everything just like shot up like 1,000,000%. Maybe not exactly 1,000,000. I don't know the hard data, but like basically like the modern UFO phenomenon like starts like in 47 or 46, I want to say. That's like as far as like the real like crazy sightings. I mean, what was that? What was that, like the Arnold? Ooh. I wonder if this will work. Kenneth Arnold, that's right. I knew it was Arnold something. But yeah, Kenneth Arnold was 1947. Holy crap, I am good at this, guys. Can you tell that I waste a lot of my life reading about UFO stuff? Yeah, basically Kenneth Arnold is like probably the first like modern like UFO sighting. It's actually the sighting that coined the term flying saucer, because not because the UFOs were shaped like saucers, they actually shaped more like pyramidal, I think. But because like the way they were moving in the air, it's like they were kind of like skipping like saucers on water. It's kind of like how he described it. And so it's not that they looked like flying saucers. That was a whole thing that got misconstrued. But they moved as if they were saucers. That makes sense. Like, you know, like a little small plate basically skipping across water. Anyway, Kenneth Arnold. That's a fun sighting. It's actually really fascinating because he was like a Navy, not a Navy, he was a World War II veteran. I don't know if he was actively working for the military at the time of the sighting or if he just had his own personal plane. But anyway, that's the whole thing. Where was I? Bigfoot. Guys, this is such an organized stream. Don't even fret. Don't even heckin' worry. Hey, loading error. Loading error says hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac Whopper, Big Mac Whopper. Thanks. Good stuff, loading error. I'm thoroughly convinced my customers cannot read, so that's the, I mean, that's the beauty of humanity is like we got some really smart humans on this planet. We got a lot of dumb humans too. They're kind of filling up the rest of the space. Debbie says, I believe in the planetary evolutionary theory that we are the aliens. We destroy the planet, we go into space. The planets move towards the sun. We go to which evolves in Earth in the past. I mean, there is like the idea that like life on Earth formed as a result of like basically like alien debris. Like either like a meteor containing microbial life hit the planet, or like even like literally aliens like physically visited the planet, and just like the bacteria like their ships left behind like eventually evolved into our life. Because I mean that's like the thing, right? Is like I don't know the especially like microscopic life is so dadgum sturdy. Like I'm willing to bet that like there's like bacteria growing up on the moon. Like you give that place like a billion years or so, we've probably accidentally planted life on the moon. And not that it's ever gonna like necessarily grow life to the extent that Earth has life, but like the moon's got life on it. So oopsie. I mean, maybe Mars has life on it because of the rover that's up there. In a very technical sense, like the microbial stuff that's like was attached to the probes and stuff and all that. He says, well, on the topic of aliens, sticking to deciding what kind of lightsaber I want to go build at Save's workshop in Disney. Fair. So I imagine if we're seeing any negative light, they'd have to admit that the first piece is so chaotic and dysfunctional or shockingly functional. I mean, we get stuff done. We managed to get things going. But anyway, what was I talking about? Why did we start talking about? Right. I think I was talking about how like UFOs like really shot up in frequency like once we got like nuclear capabilities. Because let's be honest, like even though we are kind of stuck on our marble right now, the fact that we like, I mean, not that like nuclear power is like the end all be all of greatness, but like that was a pretty significant jump in our ability to f things up. So I think that's, you know, that's when like you get into like the theories. So like it's like, oh yeah, the aliens really started taking notice because we became a threat at that point. And it's like, I don't know if we became a threat to ourselves for sure. Yeah. Like we're, you know, since 45, we've been fully capable of like obliterating our own planet. Maybe not so much other planets, but you know, unless doesn't Mars have ice too? Mars definitely has signs that ice happened. Like there's like canyons and chasms that look like they were carved out like by like erosion. And so I know there's theories about like how, I mean, probably millions or maybe billions of years ago, Mars did like, the thing is like Mars almost certainly had water at some point. It's just a matter of if it's still on Mars to some capacity, maybe like underground, which I think is kind of like the big thing that's being posited is like, if we could manage to like detect like some sort of like underground lake or like kind of like a well sort of situation, there's a really good chance that there's water somewhere. And in addition to like the water being there, there's probably like at least microscopic life, or maybe like a fully developed like fish civilization. It's, you know, going on under there. I mean, technically isn't that the lore for like Martian Manhunter in DC Comics? Is like the Martian civilizations actually like lived underground, and that's like why we never fully noticed them. I could be wrong. I love the books. I have the book All Tomorrows because of the alien evolution aspect of it. So it says, does it have polar ice caps? I don't know. Like I believe, as far as I understand, like Mars doesn't have any ice visible on the surface, at least that we know of. And I believe the moon has the active microbial potential. It's just so desperately being exposed to the face of the unfiltered sun. Well, I mean, that's the crazy thing, Sage, is I believe they actually, because I think there was a thing, like, I mean, because I think like there was a thing where like between back when we were like going up to the moon fairly frequently, there was like I can't remember what it was. I want to say it was like a camera or something that got like left up on the moon, or like some other like similar object where like it got left up there for like a couple of years, and when they brought it back down, like they found that like there was still life like growing on it. Like they're still well, actually they're like so like that. So that might be apocryphal, but like for sure, actually there was an issue recently. Not on the James Webb, but maybe the Hubble telescope. There was an issue they were having where bacteria was growing like on the lens. Like on the exterior of the lens, they were getting like bacterial growth, which is like obscuring the lens. And that was like in the vacuum of space. So I mean, microbial life is pretty sturdy. If an alien race can fly all the way over us to be a nuclear, can fly all the way over to us, a nuclear bomb would probably be small compared to what they have. Yeah, I mean, and that gets into the question of like, what kind of reasons would aliens have to come here? Like, and a lot of pessimists are like, it's like, well, they'd obviously want to kill us and take our resources. I'm like, well, they probably have their own resources at that point. Like, they probably don't need the things that we need. Like, once you get to like that level of interstellar travel, I think the stuff you're working with is a little bit beyond like monoatomic gold and colloidal silver. As much as Alex Jones would beg to differ. So I believe they found some kind of clay deposit or something that was a huge indicator. Okay, that'd be fascinating. So the 2022, I think, pics came out of ice sediment on Mars. Oh, really? I guess the size of microbes would influence how they were affected by various types of radiation. Yeah, I mean, that's again like microscopic life is just like, it kind of just like it's a different ball game. Like whenever you get like on a micro scale like that, like a lot of the rules change for whatever reason. Yeah, I need to get a swig of water. It's just weird ants compared to something that has galactic travel. I mean, everything's ants compared to Galactus, consumer of worlds. It's my favorite villain in the Marvel Universe. Love Galactus. Anyway, so let's watch a video about Bigfoot, huh? Now that we're on the topic of UFOs. No, you know what? Let's find a UFO video. We can do that at least. Here, let's go to top of. Ooh, hey, that's actually fly. Oops. Let's see here. So this says flying saucer. Oops. Hold on, guys. Flying saucer captured on video over Colombia 2 weeks ago. Let's check this bad boy out. Hey. Galactus from Fortnite. Yeah, he's my favorite Fortnite character. How'd you know, loading here? Just like Iron Man. Uh-oh, wait. No, the music was there. That was just really loud, actually. Hold on. Ooh, my mouse is dying. Okay. Oh, there is something there. I mean, that might be a bird. Ah, okay. I mean, let's play that back again. Does it look like it's like flapping for a second there? It kind of looks like it might be like flapping some wings for a second. Like that might just be a bird that's just kind of like coasting. I don't know though. It is kind of weird shape. But I mean, like, the thing with like when you're like way up high like that, like perspective is all borked. Like we have no idea how far away that is, how close it is. Let's translate. Bigfoot is an alien. Pretty sure the possibility of aliens poke at that great filter theory, where an alien encounter is basically a death sentence. I mean, yeah. Losses that it looks like a bird. Changes something. So I think it's the autofocus. Yeah, that's that one's a little suspect, I will say. Why? Like maybe let's shush. Let's see. Let's go to top this month. Let's see if we can find ourselves. Oh, ooh, Disneyland. Yo, loading error. If you're going to Disneyland soon, let me know if you've seen any UFOs. Real big preach if you could.
In us at all,
Mm-hmm.
or
Very
maybe
possible.
they're so much smarter than us that we don't
Shut up,
even
Neil
know.
deGrasse Tyson. I don't need to talk to you right now. Watching UFOs. You don't even believe in them. Can I just say, like, this is a total side. I love Neil deGrasse Tyson for all the good science that he helps promote in popular culture. That guy is so brutally and absolutely against like UFO stuff that it makes me mad. It really frustrates me, like how much he loves to put down UFO stuff. And I don't remember the full thing. I'm not sure I'm entirely on board with the theory. Right? Yeah, I don't know specifically on the Great Filter theory. I'm not very familiar on that one. Apparently, a bunch of defense recently got a patent for plasma holographic thing to help take on missiles or enemy pilots. Many of the videos are theorized to be that. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is like I feel like a large number of UFO videos are probably just like military stuff, because the military is like at least 20 years ahead of us. Like, well, what the public gets a hold of is like so far behind what the military has. Like, it would probably be terrifying to know the kind of things they have actually, like, they like have like not just like the potential capabilities of, but like fully tested and functioning capabilities. Like, it's nuts. So we'll do great. Look out for the Mickey Mouse. And I was chilling out with an alien. Yet Neil believes in the multiverse. Yeah, Neil is. I mean, multiverse is a whole other basket of worms. Which I don't even know if I believe in the multiverse. Like, because that's such a. It's like once you say multiverse, like just anything happen. Like anything's on the table, right? Neil, I'm not sure I credit him as a great scientist he's supposed to be. I mean, it's not that I think he's like a great scientist, but I think he does a really good job. Like, I consider him, like, for sure, he's a better, like, he's kind of like a modern Bill Nye, right? Like, except that I feel like Neil deGrasse Tyson is actually, like, credible, where, like, Bill Nye isn't really a scientist. He's just, like, he was, like, a really good presenter of science. And I think Neil deGrasse Tyson is in a similar boat of, like, he's really good at presenting science and breaking it down in a way that's, like, understandable for the layman. And I appreciate that. Like, I don't know if he's necessarily like the greatest mind in the astronomical field or like the field of astronomy, but like, I think he's really good at like breaking things down and also like making it like fun and engaging for people, because I think science tends to have a lot of very boring people trying to explain it, and that makes it not accessible for people. He's definitely more of an influencer than a scientist, in my opinion, at least. No, I kind of agree, Sajin. He says, my mom was military. She played out with computers 20 years before people could buy them. Let's presume we're not supposed to screw with it. I love quantum theory. That's why I tried to explain it for your War from 1999 vid. I mean, quantum theory is such a whole other ballgame. Like, I want to like read more about it. Like, I got a book recently by Michio Kaku. I can't remember what the book is called off the top of my head. I got an Audible book on it, but I'm hoping to start understanding quantum stuff a bit better, because Michio Kaku was it like, maybe it was like the God particle, or I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, so he says, fair enough. Quantum mechanics equals fictional textscape. Quantum mechanics really is the catch-all, where it's like I want to have science fiction stuff, but I don't want to have to take the time to explain my science fiction. Anyway, let's look at this UFO that's floating over Disneyland, apparently. This is a triangle-shaped UFO. Oh, yeah.
I'm not the right person. You have to choose someone else. Choose someone else.
Not sure about that one. the lights were kind of like waving away from each other a little bit. Like they're not staying fully solid together. There's like a little bit of flicker as they're moving about. It's like that could be something, but like I think it's more likely like that's like three separate somethings like moving in unison together. Like I said, I remember a little bit about God Particle, but not much. She's always seen that. No, it's just the Empire. I think it's against UFO. The God Particle was to create dark matter, like that could work. Dark matter is nonsense, and apparently a real thing. Because I mean, there's what was like 97% of the universe we don't know what it is. Like visible matter is like such a small, like just like a drop in the bucket for what's supposed to be out there. Sage says microbial life is a different ballgame in comparison to our own view of life. Quantum mechanics is a completely different planet compared to understanding of physical. No, it's such nonsense. I try so hard to understand it because like quantum mechanics and quantum theory gets like bandied about so much, like with UFO like stuff. Because like people will just be like, it's like, oh yeah, I mean the UFOs could be this because of quantum theory. It's like, well, I mean you can't just like say a word and just say that explains your idea. It's like I really want to understand it better so I can argue with idiots on Reddit better. It's my lofty goal. Hutchins says could be drones. Yeah, this one, I don't know about this one. Little iffy. Matter and dark matter can't exist in the same bubble. I mean, yeah. Don't they like explode each other or something? Dark matter is the enigmatic force or something. We don't have the equipment to measure it. No, yeah. Dark matter is such a oof. What if we go to the greatest of all time posts? What do we get there? Literally just... Hold on. Freaking UFO is just a straight line. Why are people so dumb? Come on, guys. Well, that's upsetting. Why is that a top post? UFO performs sharp maneuver after laser pointer directly hits craft Big Bear Lake, California. Ooh, this one sounds interesting. Let's give this one a look-see.
Started here, and then he flew and curved down this way. That's just the beginning of it. Oh, here's another one right here. You see him? Flying right over our heads.
That's a strong laser pointer.
Pointing it right at him. And now he's turning.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Flashed.
Yeah, you see him?
Yeah, it just flashed.
I'm lasering at him, and he's curving. Shit.
I mean, that's interesting. Huh. I think your first mistake would be attempting to understand quantum physics. You guys are all thinking of antimatter. Yeah, dark matter is the stuff that's like full of the universe. I don't think antimatter. Yeah, antimatter and dark matter are different things. So love quantum mechanics, but it's a hypothetical. And yes, you're right, Sage and antimatter is in the same bubble. Oh, hey, Claire. Because you have a better time understanding quantum physics than why people are dumb. Apparently that's the real substance we should be worried about. An antimatter bomb is supposed to be exponentially more destructive. I forgot what I heard about this, though. But how do you hold antimatter in a world of matter? I mean, wasn't that like a... I mean, maybe this is a deep cut for people, but if anybody remembers like Dan Brown, the author of the Da Vinci Code, they got made into that really crappy movie like 15 years ago. He wrote another book called Angels and Demons. And one of the big plot focuses of that book was that they had successfully created antimatter. And they basically had to like keep it suspended in a vacuum, like inside like a little like glass dome. And it had to be in a vacuum because like the antimatter couldn't come into contact with anything or it would immediately explode. Oh boy, Edward Snowden, everyone's favorite. Anyway, okay, so that's UFOs. UFOs are always good fun, right? You gotta love a good UFO. You gotta love the way people are so quick to jump at something being a UFO when it's maybe another clear UAP caught on film flying by airplane. Oh, I love airplane UAPs. They're always so legit. Who is talking? Reddit's video players so jank. Okay. This will be the last UFO video watch and we'll move on to something else. So he says we have produced antimatter apparently. Oh, nice. Great. I'm so happy that that exists on this planet that I also have to live on. That's good. That's comforting. Let's look at UFOs. I mean, he doesn't really look like a bird. Yeah. It's a wily foe. I don't know. What do you think on this one? Wish I could catch it. Yeah, I mean, it's not super, well, I mean, again, it's one of those things like that could be a bird, but like the perspective's real wonky, so it's just hard to tell. Let me show you this squirrel. It really looks like it's a flying squirrel. Like it looks like that's more like webbing than like wings. But I don't think flying squirrels get up to those kinds of altitudes typically. It looks like a turtle. It's not as destructive as people would imagine, at least not on an atomic scale. That's good. Like you cover the Wendigo or the Skinwalker. I keep a respectful distance to those things. Yeah. I'm loving how smart this convo got. I mean, I guess it's a UFO, but not an alien. That's what I call better left looking at yourselves. So also the UFO sighting was a trash bag in the wind. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like, I mean, technically speaking, like the term UFO is accurate because it's an unidentified flying object, right? Like there's nothing wrong with calling something a UFO per se. It's just that when people jump the gun from like, oh, it's a UFO to like, it must be an alien craft. It's like, well, it's just something that was flying around we don't understand yet. There could have been a banking jet, Sismo. Stealth plane bottom of it while banking. Could be. Yeah, those stealth jets do look pretty gnarly, actually. That could totally be. There's even still saging and left your brain. I guess I'm just for various places. I mean, there are mythical creatures both are very interesting. May I ask why you keep a distance? Let me just how do I phrase this? I live within I live not so terribly far from their stomping grounds, supposedly. And so I don't like to mess with things that may or may not wait outside my house. Dawn says, hi, Chat and Gray. Hey, Dawn, how you doing? Dawn Friddick. It's a good name. A great name, even. We're watching videos. How are you doing? I'm still digging Warframe, playing with so many theories. Yeah, Warframe. Gotta do a theory video on Warframe. There's lots of nonsense going on there. Yeah, I guess to finish answering your question, Loading Air, I have a very cautious respect of basically any kind of mythical creature, folkloric creature. that's like been talked about like for hundreds of years or potentially thousands of years. Because when people talk about stuff that long, Don says, "Oh, I'm on my alt account. I'm Star. Oh, hey, Star. Fair enough. How you doing, Star? Yeah. Anytime stuff like gets talked about like in a cultures for like that long a time, I tend to give it a little bit of credence in the sense of like those stories have stuck around for a reason, and so even if it's not exactly as scary or as bad as the stories say, like there's still maybe something at the core of that I don't necessarily want to mess with." So I've heard some very unsettling stories from some incredibly skeptical people, not looking to see how real as Native American stories are. Looking for the Wendigos and Skinwalkers, the European names we gave them. I mean, that's true. I mean, and that's the thing. That's the other thing. Loading error is like, there are actual names for those things. But like even like the tribes that believe in them don't say those names out loud. They don't share they don't talk about them at all. They don't give us those words because they don't want us bandying those words about all willy-nilly. I mean, honestly, like, I mean, I guess part of like why I give it maybe more credence than like other, like kind of like to Sajan's point, like the reason I give it a bit more credence than maybe other stuff is that like I had a cousin who lived on a native reservation for a while, and he has some stories of like some weird stuff he heard, some weird stuff he's seen. And yeah, I'm cautious. Then he says, "Where's Jeff Power? However, content." I mean, yeah. I mean, I kind of put it in the same bucket of like, I don't really talk about them so much for the same reasons. Like, I think I joked before, but like maybe doing like a Ouija board stream someday. And like I kind of have that. It's like you know, talking about like skinwalkers. I put that in the same bucket as like the Ouija board, where it's like you're probably fine, but also why mess with something that could potentially be really terrible for you? Hey, Star's back on the main account. Hi again. So those legends call certain themes pertain to very genuine, deep evils, and it doesn't matter what culture you're from. You don't mess with what are effectively demons. Mm-hmm. There we go. Another quick swig of water. Just come on, mate. Co-op stream with Hattoon says scared of a child's toy. Lol. Well, I mean, the thing is, Hattoon, it's not so much that I'm scared of like a Ouija board. Like, I realize like the Ouija board in and of itself is just a whatever, right? The problem with Ouija boards, like, and I say this kind of like, I mean, we're really leaping and bounding, but like, it's kind of like the same idea of like how, like, there's nothing like inherently like, and this is maybe my personal belief, like, there's nothing inherently powerful like in a cross, but like, it's the faith or the lack of faith that can potentially give a cross power, like according to stories and stuff. And I kind of put that same thing with Ouija boards, where like, if you don't believe in Ouija boards, like probably nothing's going to happen. But if you have that belief of that chance, then there's stuff out there willing to take advantage of that, right? That's kind of my position. Like something doesn't have to be inherently evil for like dark forces to want to twist that. So you need 21 to smoke and drink, but 8 to talk to sick. Yeah. Best to make sure your windows and blinds are closed. Mention those names so much. Oh yeah, I'm fine. There are objects that channel the powers and/or intent of the angels using. I believe in them. Lol, seen something in SoCal. Chupacabras are super real, unless you're talking about like coyotes with mange, in which case that's a coyote with mange. But I 100% believe in chupacabras. Watch out for them. Anyway, let's work. I think we're kind of finished up with Reddit here. I kind of want to move on to some YouTube videos, which I'm trying to figure out for sure. I guess so. Here, the secrets, by the way. So I've got like 3 channels that I really love to follow for kind of like paranormal content, or at least like there's like channels that kind of like they kind of collate like paranormal content like from Twitter and TikTok and Reddit and other places. Slapped Ham is a really good one for it. They do really good compilations of spooky stuff. They got a video about the aliens we got to definitely watch. Why not? Then there's also Goose Pimples that I really love. I love Goose Pimples because he does a lot of like international videos. Like he actually takes the time to like find videos like from outside of the US, and he'll like even take the time to like translate them into English and stuff. And so he's got like a lot of really good like international content that you can't really find anywhere else. At least in terms of like if you want to watch a video that's not in English but still have like but then like have English subtitles so you know what's going on, get the context. So he's really good for that. So Goose Pimples is great. And then another one I found recently that I'm kind of getting into is King Frostmare. And he's kind of like he's kind of like Slapped Ham, where like he just kind of like gathers like videos. I mean, I guess they all just kind of gather videos, but like I like King Frostmare because he also does like I think he does streams. I could be wrong. Maybe was it 2? I'm losing my mind apparently. So I thought one of them streamed reaction videos. I think King Frostmare has done reaction videos though, which are kind of fun. I like watch them with him. Anyway, so those are like kind of the 3 like I pull a lot of stuff from. Make sure you credit the channels in the description, Sajan. Yeah, I'll have links for these in the stream afterwards. I probably should have put them in before because I knew these were the ones I was going to pull from. But I wasn't sure which videos for sure I was going to watch. I didn't want to like label videos that I wasn't sure we were watching yet. Yeah, see, these are kind of like the guys I pull from a lot. They're really excellent. I like them. We'll probably start this with a Slapped Ham because Slapped Ham is pretty good. Like I said, I had a friend who collected boards and they got one made from a tree used in the Salem witch trials. I think your friend probably got scammed loading error. Like not to be a bummer. But the Salem witch trials, first of all, 400 years ago. Second of all, I don't know if anyone was hung on trees. I think they had gallows. So, I mean, I could be wrong, but like the decent amount of reading I've done on the Salem witch trials, I don't know that there was any trees used. So they might want to get a refund. So I had to put them in storage and it was low on the stack, but when she went to unpack them, put it back in the house on the top and shattered all the other boards. So she says no one was burned as well. Yeah, the Salem witch, well, yeah, I don't think there's any burnings actually in the Salem witch trials. That was more of an England thing to burn people. So this could have been some impromptus. Well, I mean, I guess so that's the thing is like officially speaking, the number of people that got hanged during the Salem witch trials, like it's a staggering number. It's like somewhere like between like 20 and 30 people, which is just horrifying that it got that out of control. But I mean, the biggest quotation marks, all of those done were, you know, under trial and were then carried out by official, you know, equipment, I guess. I don't know. And there may have, like, I don't know the extent of like the surrounding region, like if there were like lynchings that happened outside of the context of the immediate like trials that happened. I mean, that very well could have happened because the 1600s were a wild time. Hutchins says one person was crushed to death. Actually, I think, oh, that's right. There's one guy that, I know what you're talking about, Hatun. There was one guy who refused to admit his guilt. And so he refused to plead guilty. And so they were piling stones on him. And they basically were saying like, it's like, well, stop piling stones on you if you admit you're guilty. And he refused. And so then he eventually got crushed and or suffocated. So that happened. This series also have the indestructible devil tree. I've not heard about that one. I'm not sure on that one, loading error. That could be a thing. That could be not a thing. Yeah, I mean, that's the Salem witch trials are just like, those are less paranormal and more just sad. That was such a sad thing that happened, where it's like, why are people so dumb? It also proves my theory that children are evil, because yeah, like, that all started because like a couple of like, I mean, I think it was like a group of like 4 or like maybe 5 like preteen girls were claiming to be possessed or something. It was a whole nonsense thing. But he was like an old man too. I think you're right, Hatoon. Yeah, like there was I mean, the whole thing is sad. Like some are more sad than others. It might as well be a lesson in mass psychosis. That's really what it was. Satan says more weight. Yeah. Actually, I think you're right. I think that was like one of his like final words. Look it up. Maybe it's serial killer dumping around his victims, and he's claimed to be haunted. Those who distracted the tree or tried to cut it down were injured. So I think that's the crucible. Are you talking about like? I mean, loading. Are you talking about like the Texas killing fields, which is a real place where like bodies are found regularly, and there's been bodies found there regularly like since the 70s. Like even up to like I think like 2017, there was a body found there. And that's a whole other thing. I was like, is it one serial killer, or is it just like everybody's just dumping bodies there because it's convenient? Yeah, Texas killing fields. That's. He says nope. I think it's Florida. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know anything about the devil tree then, but I'll take your word for it. But anyway, we're gonna watch this video right here. This unsettling detail has everyone talking, because it looks like they're gonna talk about the aliens as well as some other. Oh my mouse. Stop. Losing my mind. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, so this is called This Unsettling Detail Has Everyone Talking. Slapped ham. And we'll make sure to I'll post a link to the video afterwards in the chat. So this is Giles. Corey is the more weight guy. Okay. Giles? Okay. Yeah, slapped ham. So, here we go. And we'll... Oh my gosh, YouTube, stop. We're probably gonna... Shh, quiet, I'm trying to... Oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose my mind. Loading error says BRB real quick. Good luck, loading error. Stay safe. Weird. Okay. So, let's go ahead and check out this video and see what's up, right?
See some of the scariest videos floating around the internet. Let's check them out.
Oh boy.
Hi TikTok world, I was just...
TikTok user Parents Are People Too is usually known for sharing lighthearted content, including random skits and snippets of their daily life. However, a recent video posted by the user has left their followers feeling a little unsettled.
What the hell?
In the video, the TikToker is seen lying in bed when they notice a bizarre pattern appearing on their curtains.
Somebody's pushing it.
That's uncomfy. That's like actually my nightmare.
It almost looks like several tiny hands reaching through the material.
Blowing, but what the hell?
See, I want to know if she has a cat, first of all, right? So that's like your instinct is like, oh, it's a
To further
cat.
debunk any suspicions, the user goes on to draw the curtains at the end of the video.
Doesn't that look like a face?
Like, this is like my nightmare, though. Like, I don't know if anybody... Well, let's finish the clip first, but I want to talk about this for a second afterwards.
Revealing there's
Ooh.
nothing there. This act meant to assure viewers...
Okay.
Revealing that there's nothing there.
Sorry. So it doesn't look like there's any
Revealing
obvious
that there's
transition
nothing
there. Like, it doesn't look like there's like an obvious like cut on the camera, like there a transition or something could have been hidden. So it seems like that was a pretty seamless pull of the curtain right into nothing. So that's spooky.
This act, meant to assure viewers, only raises more questions. Could this strange occurrence be the work of a ghost, or is there a simpler, more rational explanation? As with many things on the internet, the truth remains elusive, and it's up to the viewers to decide what they actually believe.
Yeah, okay. So, and see, I love Slapped Ham because like they're really good at like finding clips. Like, I mean, I guess we could like look into it ourselves. But, like, you can usually take his word for it. Like, this was a video shot by a user who doesn't do paranormal content. They just do like silly, goofy like camera stuff mostly. And so like this is like a one-off video like in their entire feed of like a weird thing happening, which doesn't mean it's true. But it gives a bit more credibility because like there are TikTok accounts dedicated to like, it's like, oh man, we live in a haunted house. Look at all these scary things happening. It's like, I mean, anybody that has like a dedicated account just to their haunted house, it's like, it seems a little sus. But like when it's kind of just like a one-off video from somebody who like does nothing else paranormal, it does make you pause a little bit. Law says, yikes, no thanks. Seems to threaten with holy water. Says, I can't hear anything in the video caught. So I'm watching the stream while playing Warframe. So he says, Slapped Ham of Danger Dolan fame? Danger Dolan? Dare? Starts as, that is terrifying. Yeah, that's uncomfy. And I was going to say that reminds me of a scene, and I don't know if anybody has seen this movie, but there's an old horror movie that like haunted my nightmares as a child called Wishmaster, which was basically like about like an evil genie essentially. But there's a sequence that's basically ruined my ability to take normal showers. Where like the woman's like, she's like taking a shower, and she's got like these like kind of like these like heavy dark shower curtains. And then like while she's like in the shower, like this like face starts like pressing into the shower curtain, and like these like hands kind of start coming in, like they're gonna like grab her through the curtain. And that, like, I can't remember anything else from the movie, but that one scene like lives in my head, and just about every time I'm showering, like that scene will come into my brain, and I'll be like, It's like, it's got to the point where like I've always had like, I have to have like translucent curtains. Like I need to be able to see if there's a shadowy form on the other side of my curtains at all times. Like I need to know if something's coming at me. Like it's like that. It's like a deep-seated paranoia in me to like see like shapes moving through curtains. I hate it. Unless that's terrible. Yeah, that was like, I mean, I can't say that was a great movie. Personally, that was a great scene because it's never left my head. But anyway, on to the next one. True crime. Okay. But no, they do a lot of. Wait, is this like a new? Oh, he's advertising for his new YouTube channel. Fair enough. That really threw me off.
Tammy Giamatti, a Texas native and paranormal investigator, has long believed that she's haunted. Known on TikTok as the Haunted 136, Tammy's on a mission to find evidence that could substantiate the strange occurrences she's experienced throughout her life. Tammy frequently...
Right, so this is an example of like, I mean, just off the bat, like, the fact that like this is an account dedicated to horror, like paranormal content inside her house, immediately makes me a little suspicious. Like it kind of raises my hackles just a little. Because anybody that's trying to farm content specifically of like their own personal hauntings, like how haunted do you have to be really to get like regular TikTok content, right? Anyway, that's just my thought.
Posts intriguing CCTV footage from her home that's left many viewers both puzzled and
that fridge
spooked.
moved.
This first clip shows a cupboard containing a collection of dolls. Take a look at what transpires.
Okay. Opening door. Kind of spooky. I mean, the cat reacts.
Another video captures a newly purchased antique desk.
Okay, the lid's lifting up on it. Yeah, there's a little orb in the corner. That also
Here
kind
we
of
see some
floated
footage captured in the bedroom of the home.
See, it's like this kind of stuff that's like...
Yet another clip shows a bedside lamp seemingly spinning all on its own.
I mean, these are all things that could be so easily faked is the problem, right?
Things take a darker turn when a vintage doll is seen moving on camera.
Because like a lot of this could be wires. I mean, especially because like a lot of these things are like lifting and moving in like the exact same way, where it's like they could easily have like a pulley system that they're just like repurposing to like lift up all these things. So like the resolution on all this footage is like
To cap
not
it all
great.
off, a crucifix on the wall is captured moving, as if something's attempting to turn the cross upside down.
Again, I mean, that's...
So could Tammy be haunted by a malevolent presence? The moving crucifix has led some viewers to suggest that the entity haunting her may be demonic in nature.
Sure.
Tammy's footage has certainly
It's
stirred
good
up a hornet's
stereotypes.
nest of speculation and debate among her followers and the wider TikTok community. While some viewers are convinced that the footage is proof of paranormal activity, others remain skeptical, suggesting that there may
Yeah.
be more mundane explanations for the strange occurrences. As a paranormal investigator,
Yeah.
Tammy's no stranger to skepticism, and she continues to search for definitive proof that can substantiate her experiences. Whether or not one
Right.
believes in the supernatural, the footage shared by Tammy is undeniably eerie, and will continue to fuel further discussions about the existence of ghosts and other paranormal phenomena.
Yes, I mean, this is just highly suspect to me because for one, it's an account dedicated to like recording this kind of stuff. Two, like it's like very low resolution footage. It's black and white footage, which like my thought is like if this is like something you're genuinely trying to prove, like beyond a shadow of a doubt, you get cameras with like really good quality, like you get like. I mean, you don't have to get like 4K cameras, but you get like at least like HD cameras. Like you can get HD cameras for pretty cheap these days. And like you can get HD color cameras, you can set them up everywhere, and then you bring that footage to me, and then I'm a little more interested. If I like this is like grainy footage, it's all just like objects moving, which is like super easy to fake with like you can do like piano wire, like and just be like have a pulley up on the ceiling and just like be like kind of like lifting stuff up. I mean, even the, where was that? Like this, like the lamp that's kind of spinning. That could easily be just like a little like motorized device. Like it's so easy to hide that. And it's also like, it's really convenient that like wherever like they have the cameras placed, like they're moving the cameras around, but like it's always this like just happens to be where something happens. Like, I mean, it's a little suspect. I don't know, guys. Hey, Sci-Fi Freak, how you doing? Spooktober videos. Yeah, we're watching some spooky stuff. This is Slapped Ham. Slapped Ham always has really great compilations of stuff that's going on in the haunting worlds. Sorry, says, why is the doll always moving during paranormal activities? Yeah, that's the other thing. Is like haunted dolls are so cliche. It's like that's already like a kind of a raised eyebrow. Says, I don't have curtain for bathroom, but my door has a sizable hole that anyone can peep through, so every night while I'm taking a dude, I just afraid some of them my family peeping through. Ugh. She has all this old stuff, so it's like, yeah, it's got that janky horror movie feel to it. Fishing line is basically invisible. Yeah, exactly. Like, it'd be super easy to like, at least like the stuff that's like in these videos, like would be pretty easy to fake if you wanted to. So like, it's kind of like, it's like what you'd expect a haunting to be. Exactly. Like it's all very, and like, and the other thing is like, because like, and like, this is like, I mean, then you kind of have to get into like, what is a ghost, right? But like, for me, my general definition of a ghost is that a ghost was a person, right? it's like a dead person. And so then you have to like think of the motivations of like, it's like, okay, if I'm a dead person and I'm trying to get somebody's attention, I'm going to slowly spin this lampshade. And that's going to be my way to communicate. Like you hardly ever see like where like the ghost like picks up a pencil and like writes on paper like, hi, I'm a ghost, help, or something. Like it's always just like moving random objects. It's like, what would be the motivation for that? Like, assuming it's human involvement. I mean, I guess there's other things that might not be human, but like, it's a whole thing. Anyway, I don't know about this one. I'm gonna say unconvinced.
In a remarkable and controversial event, Mexican journalist and self-proclaimed
Aliens in
UFO expert
Congress.
Jamie Maussan presented what he claimed to be 1,000-year-old non-human corpses to Mexico's Congress. During the hearing,
yeah, here it is.
Maussan, speaking under oath, unveiled 2 thin bodies, asserting that this was the first time extraterrestrial life had been presented in such a form, and that it clearly demonstrated the existence of non-human specimens unrelated to any species on Earth.
Can I just add, no idea that this was actually presented in an official governmental meeting? I had no clue that these made it that far, and that really is so sad. Sci-fi says ghosts are never real. Cool concept though. And then maybe it's Ghost Raccoon. Oh god, I love this Mexico story. No, yeah, sci-fi. We were talking about the whole Mexican alien things at the very beginning of the stream, going over articles. I mean, 95% chance it's bunk, right? I never want to say something's for sure a hoax, because there's always that little bit of a chance. But I mean, probably bunk. Let's be real. What if your ghost haunting you just write ooh on your table or some walls? What does that mean? It means you're haunted by a furry star. And there's nothing you can do. You just got to burn down the house and start over. Nothing else you can do. I was like, man, I hate how I missed that. Yeah, sorry, sci-fi. Applejack says they look like Party City decorations. Yeah, they're pretty bad. I mean, the weird thing is like, I mean, we were talking about this at the beginning of the stream, but like they are organic material. The problem is like they're starting to like break down the genome and stuff, and it's looking like it's like mostly human with like some random bits of like animal stuff like mixed in as well. And they've got things where like, I think the post was saying is like the arms, I'm trying to remember, like the arms and the legs or something were like femurs, which doesn't even make sense. They're like just like straight up like human femur bones. Was like, obviously that's not how that works. But yeah, and hi Applejacks, how are you doing? Yeah, so I was probably bunk, right? This says that will be terrifying. Was busy making gas damage broken. Also reach more stuff to do for update tomorrow. Ah, fair enough. Applejack says, huh, weird. No, yeah, like, I mean, and there's a whole thing, like, the guy that found these is like is kind of like an infamous, like, he's a known hoaxer, right? Like in Peru, like people know him as a hoaxer. Like this isn't the first time he's tried to do something like this. And so the fact like that guy of all people is the one who brought these forward just makes it even more suspect. So I mean, they're probably just fake. And somebody's like desecrated, like, and to be fair, like these are actually like probably 1,000-year-old corpses, or at least like parts of 1,000-year-old corpses that somebody else just decided to desecrate and try to make money off of, which is terrible. Really, really shameful. So now if you want to talk creepy, wait till my book finally comes out and get out of my don't want to work on it phase. Good luck, sci-fi. Get motivated.
According to Maussan, the bodies resembling the fictional movie alien E.T. were recovered underground in Peru
The other thing look like
E.T.
AT.
and were
Like, come
found
on.
wrapped in algae, which helped preserve them.
Mhm.
Forensic expert and military doctor Jose de Jesus Zalche Benitez supported Maussan's claims by presenting scans of the alleged aliens to Congress.
Right.
He stated that the beings once had large brains and eyes and bore no relation to humans whatsoever.
Except that they're like 80%
However,
definitely
Maussan's
human.
claims
Okay.
have been met with skepticism and ridicule. In
As well they should.
2017, he made similar claims about specimens recovered from Peru.
He's done this scam before. Why are people believing it now? it's just wasted effort. There's so many like other things that like actually have like real possible credibility to them. We're wasting breath on this. Let's just grind up ammonia, mix it with animal parts, and put it in a mold. Yeah. Says, hey, those are the answers to that one YouTube video. Those things literally could not move. Yeah, exactly. It's maybe Congress is bored.
Which scientists dismissed as mummified human remains.
Which they were.
Meanwhile, US officials have been taking the investigation into UFOs and alien life more seriously. A Pentagon office established back in 2022 to investigate reports of unidentified objects determined that most of them were unremarkable objects such as drones, balloons, and plastic bags. However, the department does admit that a small portion of sightings remain inexplicable and unidentified.
Exactly.
While the office has not found any signs of...
There's real stuff out there that's actually mysterious, right? That is worth looking into. And we got to focus on that stuff because that's actually worth taking the time and money to look into. Not wasting it on fake-ass alien mummies. Maybe this has to make a good Spooktober event. Yeah, I mean, the bone configuration would never allow them to move, so either they can float or play with, like, Barbies. Well, that's the other thing is, like in the analysis post I was reading, the guy was basically saying that, like, the arm bones were so thin that like they couldn't survive in Earth's atmosphere. Like they would snap under like the pressure of like a gentle breeze. Like there it's and I guess you can make the argument like, oh, it's because they came from a planet with different gravity. It's like, well, they really came to a bad planet because it's like they shouldn't have landed on our planet because they could have looked at it and be like, oh yeah, that the pressure on that thing will kill us. It's like if we went to Jupiter. Like, if we set foot on Jupiter, we'd immediately be, like, crushed by, like, the immense weight of gravity there. Like, you'd think if something had, like, mastered interstellar travel, would be smart enough to be like, that's probably going to kill us if we go on that planet.
Of alien life, It has pledged to examine both recent and older reports of UFO sightings, due to pressure from a bipartisan group of lawmakers. Morsan's presentation to Mexico's Congress marks a significant moment in the ongoing debate about the existence of extraterrestrial life. Whether one views it as a groundbreaking revelation or a laughable spectacle, it's clear that the subject of UFOs and aliens continues to capture the imagination and curiosity of people all over the world.
De antigüedad es fitoplancton que abundaba
en
aquel tiempo.
Highly suspect. I think we can
Puzzling
say.
Piece of footage with unknown origin.
Hush, loading error. Great, Jupiter's a gas giant. I was just take step. Okay, all right, loading error. I admit there's several reasons we don't want to step foot on Jupiter. One is the gravity. Two is the lack of things to step on. Oh, would that be like the worst though? Like you think you're about to step on something, it turns out to be just gas, and you just like fall to the center of nothing and die. I'd hate that. Atune says that's how the aliens died. A hose farted. I mean. It's kind of. It's one of those things like. It's like that's like the one part of the story that checks out. It's like wow, these things are so small. They would have like been killed by our atmosphere. It's like, well, we are technically looking at bodies, so like maybe they did get killed by the atmosphere. But anyway, mysterious creature sightings. I love these. These are fun. Let's check out what this one is.
Has surfaced on the internet, sparking curiosity and speculation among
the
viewers.
hell is that?
This version, uploaded to YouTube by user D's Dark Adventures, allegedly shows a mysterious creature encountered by
Oh, Applejack, thank you for the subscribe. Very kind of you.
a jogger in a mountainous rural area.
What is that thing?
As the camera focuses on the path ahead, a strange-looking dark creature can be seen crouching on the pathway.
I guess that's like the head poking up. I mean, that's probably actually an animal.
The appearance of the animal seems to become increasingly bizarre, leaving viewers baffled about its identity.
I mean, I'm going to say that's actually something there. I guess it's just a matter of like...
Despite the video being shared widely across social media platforms, no one's been able to definitively identify the creature. Its strange appearance and the remote location where it was spotted has led to various theories, ranging from it being an unknown animal species to a creature from folklore, or even an extraterrestrial being.
Does the
So,
video...
until more information becomes available or someone can conclusively identify the animal, the true nature of the mysterious creature captured in this footage will remain a subject of debate and fascination.
I mean, it's really funky looking. Like, it's like way thinner than I thought it was. Like when it first, like when he was like first pulling up, it's like this, like that could be like a, like I don't know, like a cow or something, like on the, like laying on its side, or like a deer or something. But like that's like way thinner. That's like kind of like, I mean, it's actually, that's something that's really there. I love YouTube, by the way. YouTube has the ability to go frame by frame, which I think every video playing website should allow you to go frame by frame. That thing is like super, I don't like it. Like, I don't want to be a super judgy Jason, but I don't like this. It's super weird though. Like, I mean, that might, like, the more I look, it's like, that could just be like a person in a costume, I guess. But like, it's just like, it's like really hard to tell because like, it's like so black that it's like absorbing light. It's hard to like get any like fine detail on it. Maybe it's a fursuiter. It's probably just a furry. They're like passing out from like heat stroke because like they're in a fursuit in broad daylight. That's just America. We need to weaponize gravity. I mean, I'm sure we're working on it. Claire says, the question I have to ask is why they didn't get close enough for their camera to focus. I mean, in this case, I can respect the realism of like, huh? Oh, thanks for, I gotta fix that still. I guess you got a double subscribe notification. I still need to fix that, sorry. But hey, welcome to the woods. That's so apt for once. Like, I mean, I can respect the realism of like, if you see like something like an unknown animal like on the side of a road, you probably don't want to approach that. Like that's just smart thinking. And so I can appreciate that he didn't want to get closer to it. But also it's so hard to tell what it is. It's like that could just be a person in a costume. Like I wouldn't get close to a TPH. Exactly, Applejacks. There says, look at the back. I mean, it could still be an animal that we have just not discovered. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing is like, there's tons of stuff out there we have no idea about. I mean, that's why like I think that like there could be something to Bigfoot, because it's real arrogant of humans to think that we've discovered everything on the planet. Like even that like the idea like we've discovered like all the big things. Because the ocean's full of horrifying nightmares that we could not ever comprehend. And I think there's still certain parts of the world that you could have that kind of stuff going on the surface. Like I think there's like jungles and forests that humans rarely go into. They're probably full of all kinds of crazy stuff. So here's this Muso Black Gray. There's IQWeb. I'm thinking now with Mandela catalog. Buch. There's why else. These just never have voice. They never show whatever it is to leave it for the person filming to run away. I mean, and that could be part of, I mean, to be fair, like, I think, like, Slapped Him, I think they usually just cut the video to, like, the most interesting segment. And so sometimes you don't see, like, the before and after of a sequence. You just, like, see the immediate action. So, I mean, there could be more to this clip than what we're seeing here. We'd have to, like, look up the poster, which D's Dark Adventures. Okay, see, that's the other thing. Like, which actually, let's go on a journey. Let's see, what's the best way for me to do this? D's Dark Adventure. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, the fact that like she specifically does like horror content, that was probably just a fake. Like I don't want to say like for sure because that's rude. But yeah, just anytime somebody's like incentivized to fake stuff, like I don't want to be like super, like a super duper, like skeptoid, but I mean, if they have motivation, they might have motivation to fake it. Sci-fi says the series messed me up after watching it. You know, I've never actually watched the whole Mandela catalog. I watched the first couple of videos. I've never seen the rest of it. Maybe that could be worth watching together sometime. When yours says USO black or many others absorb a lot more light than normal black. Yeah, there's Washington black, the blackest of blacks. Star says, yo, I got Tau Forged. Let's go. Good job, Star. So I think the most terrifying things in the world for me is see more than the ocean is the worst. Like, and the thing about the ocean is like we know so little about the ocean. Literally anything could be down there. Like I give tons of credence to like all of the crazy ocean stories you hear about. Like there's so much stuff down there where it's like people could say they saw like anything and I'd believe them. Just like on the carte blanche of like it's the ocean. As soon as the video quality is kind of sus. That's the other thing. Like it's hard to tell what's actually going on there. It's a little iffy. Just watch Wendigoon's compilation of his summary. Good. But that series is made perfectly, but the idea of the creatures and religious implications is disturbing to the core. Yeah, I'm struggling to stay away, so I go back to my home planet. And I'll see you later, loading error. Have a good night. So that was like pure nightmare feel. Yeah, I got to look into the rest of the Mandela catalogs. I really liked those first couple of videos I did see. And I know there's been a lot more since then, so I gotta get on that. But anyway, let's check out this next part.
Sticking with mysterious creatures, an eerie incident that occurred during a scenic tram ride in rural Indonesia has left tourists terrified and baffled. The unsettling event was captured on video and uploaded to TikTok by user Beast Traffineur and has since garnered widespread attention and speculation. According to reports, the driver had to stop the tram after spotting an unidentified black figure. This is what was caught on camera.
So there's authentic panic is happening.
Panic ensues as tourists can be seen running and screaming in the footage.
Yeah, so people are trying to get away from something.
In a chilling moment, a strange black shape is seen climbing up from the track and disappearing into the trees.
Okay.
Eyewitnesses claim that the shadowy figure emitted a sinister laugh before leaping away into the forest. The frightened reactions of the onlookers captured in the video indicate that something strange and alarming definitely occurred, but the true nature of the figure remains a complete mystery. The incident has sparked various theories among netizens, with some suggesting that the figure could be a known animal indigenous to the area, while others believe it to be a supernatural entity or even a hoax. Despite the numerous theories, no one's been able to conclusively identify the figure or explain the bizarre occurrence.
Okay. I mean, that one, there was actually something happening, I think. It's like, that was a lot of people freaking out. I don't know if that was anything necessarily paranormal or supernatural. I mean, that could have been like a guy. I mean, that straight just could have been like a guy in a cloak freaking people out on the road. I mean, it could have been like just a legit animal. I mean, like, I don't know what sorts of animals are in that region, but I mean, again, there's really not a lot to that one. Where it's like it makes it scream like, oh, this is a cryptid or something crazy. There's like the Jesus face thing in particular, not really saw, but seeing that made it hard for me to sleep an hour afterwards. Sorry, his face is terrifying, cool. C is just terrifying. Yeah, C is the worst. Sci-fi says Subnautica time. Star says, yo, Indonesia, let's go. So it could have been an animal or just a creepy guy, especially if it was laughing. Well, that's the thing is like, there's lots of things that make like a laughing sound. Like there are types of monkeys that do that too. Like,
before we take a look at some eerie CCTV footage captured in Shambles Market in York, UK.
It's a haunted bicycle.
Button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and mysterious videos.
Yeah, honestly, guys, this is a channel worth subscribing to. They find some cool
Unsettling piece
stuff.
of CCTV footage shared by the Shambles Market York Facebook page has left many wondering if the historic market really is haunted. The post reads, "Yesterday, something very strange
Good night,
was spotted
sci-fi.
on
See you later.
CCTV, and this clip gives us the chills. Theories welcome. Has anyone else noticed peculiar paranormal activity around town?" The footage shows a riderless push bike eerily wheeling down an alleyway in the market, pausing for a moment and then falling over.
Okay. See, that
This
would be
bizarre
a lot.
occurrence has led some to believe that this is evidence of a ghost haunting the old market. York, UK is a city rich with history and famous for its reported paranormal activity. One famous ghost story from York is that of the Grey Lady, who's said to haunt the 18th century York Theatre Royale. Legend has it that she's the ghost of a nun who was bricked up alive in a wall in the theatre. She's often seen in the theatre's dress circle and has even been spotted by actors performing on
That's
stage.
the worst thing I've seen in the whole video. I hate
Could
it.
the mysterious movement of the push bike in Shambles Market be connected to the city's haunted past? Could it be the work of the Grey Lady or another of York's famous phantoms? Until more evidence emerges, the riderless bike will remain another mysterious addition to York's collection of ghostly tales.
I mean, to be fair, this technically could still be faked, especially because, like, again, the camera footage is like poor enough that you could hide a lot of stuff. This would be a lot harder to fake. Like, this would take like concerted effort, which, and especially like the fact like this has been like posted by like actual like official like Twitter of like Yorktown or whatever. I mean, not that they could easily be incentivized to fake some stuff, maybe to drum up extra tourism. It's a possibility, but you would hope that city officials would not be throwing hoaxes. You would hope, but I mean, again, like, it's like this could be faked, be a lot harder to fake. The people sharing the footage would theoretically not have reason to fake. So I mean, this could be a real thing that happened. Supposed the shadow looks sus. Well, I mean, I think this was supposed to be like broad daylight, so there's something weird about the shadow.
City's haunted past. Could it be the work of the Grey Lady or another of York's famous phantoms? Until more evidence emerges, the riderless bike will remain another mysterious addition to York's collection of ghostly tales.
Like, what
has even been or another of York's famous phantoms. Until,
like, when you say shadow smell, like, what do you mean looks sus about it? It's a shorter bike. It's a Grey Lady on the bike. She needed to touch grass. Well, says that would be difficult. Yeah. I'm just curious, like, if you could elaborate, like, what's looking off to you, Smo.
More evidence emerges, the riderless bike will remain another mysterious addition to York's.
I mean, there is like, I think there's like a puddle right here, and I think this was shot in daytime, but like it's a black and white. Again, it's black and white footage is the worst. So I can make any bicycle move without any rider easy though. Sure, star.
Collection of ghostly tales.
Yeah, that one's interesting. So it says maybe the puddle. Yeah, it's just hard to tell because the film footage is like not great, and so it makes it's really easy for them to hide stuff if they're doing some kind of trickery. But it's also hard to say what's going on. I don't know.
Well, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see some more of our stuff, there's 2 links right there. Now remember to follow us on all our socials. All the links are in the description box below there. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, no, Slapped Ham does great, good videos. I like Slapped Ham a lot. Definitely good stuff. I'm going to give that a like because I enjoyed myself. We had a good time chatting together. So this is why I'm so skeptical. Show me a ghosting 4K. Exactly. That's kind of my problem. Is like I love watching this stuff, and sometimes there's like some stuff that's like really like actually interesting. That's like kind of like worth considering, and a lot of times there's stuff where it's just hard to say. But okay, so we've got. Let me see here. So Goose Pimples tends to do pretty long videos. We may not have time to do a Goose Pimples video tonight. And King Frostmare is also kind of longer. Maybe we'll just do like one more slapped ham video and just call it for the stream tonight. But I'm also curious what people thought about this stream setup. Like, are people kind of into this? Like, do we want to do more streams like this in the future? Or is this like more like a fun, like a one and done kind of thing for folks? Like if we did something where like we like watched like video compilations and like kind of trolled around on like Reddit, like checking out like cryptids and whatever. Like, is this something that like people would like to do more of? Or is this kind of like just like a one and done kind of thing? Tim says, yeah, this is pretty cool. Also like hanging out doing spooky stuff. Cool. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. We'll finish out one more video, but then we'll kind of see. Here, this is creepy footage leaves you with shocks. Here, make you jump. Weird footage, scary as heck. Here, let's do. This one's pretty short. It's only 11 minutes 20 seconds. I think we got time to do that one. But yeah, I mean, if people like doing this, I would totally be down to these kind of streams. Like this is very fun for me. Like I love talking about this kind of stuff, and I don't get to do it very often. And I hope I don't sound like a crazy person. But I like this kind of shush. What's this guy's name? Callan? I can't remember. Applejacks, I don't know what your usual content is, but I thought that this was fun and chill. Thanks, Applejacks. Yeah, so I mean, I usually do a lot more like video game kind of gaming streamings, like Warframe and Final Fantasy and stuff like that. But I really like spooky stuff, and October seemed like a good chance for doing spooky stuff. So we're kind of going into the box that I love. I'm dragging you with me. Oh, this is okay, Gray. We know you're crazy. It's so rude. Attune says too late for that, Gray. We figured you were a bit crazy. I mean, actually, I'm actually kind of curious, like for everyone that's here, I was assuming you very on theme. Thanks. We try. I'm actually curious, like everybody that's like here in chat, like what's your scale for like how into this kind of stuff you are? Because like I'm probably like I'm like an 8 or a 9 on like a scale of like 1 to 10. Like I spend a lot of time like looking into paranormal stuff on my own. Like I listen to tons of podcasts, I watch videos about it, I read articles on my own time. Like I'm way into this stuff. I'm kind of just like, how often do you all kind of get into this kind of stuff on like in your free time? Smo's a 7 to 8. Star says, yeah, this is fine. Also, I'm the cryptid Gray. So it's a 6 point for voice. 6 point for voice? Voice? None? Anyway, let's go ahead and we'll get this started. I kind of want to get a gauge on everyone's.
You're about to see some of the creepiest videos found on the internet. Let's check them out.
The creepiest videos, guys. Watch out. They're so creepy. You don't even know.
A jaw-dropping video that took the internet by storm earlier this year continues to raise questions among viewers. The original source of the footage remains a mystery, but a version shared by TikTok user xprof.houndsx has garnered significant attention. The video, captured by a CCTV camera in a back alley, depicts a heart-stopping scenario. A young girl walking alone, her day disrupted by a fast-approaching car.
That's...
As the vehicle comes to a swift halt and its doors swing open, the girl's visible alarm suggests a sinister intent.
I mean, you definitely don't expect that.
Has left viewers in awe. Watch. A dog darts into the frame, barking fiercely at the car's occupant. This unexpected intervention seems to be enough to deter the potential assailant, who promptly drives away.
Huh.
The footage leaves viewers with more questions than answers. From where did this protective canine emerge, and how did it
See, I was looking at that other dog the whole time.
While these
then, like,
questions
yeah, another dog just
remain
like shoots out of
unanswered, one
nowhere.
thing's clear. Sometimes our four-legged friends demonstrate bravery and loyalty in ways that remind us of the extraordinary bond between humans and dogs.
Yes, I mean, I guess this isn't really like paranormal or weird. Like, this is just like a crazy, like, out of context bit of footage. Like, is this like a real thing? Like, was this staged? Is this like a real thing that happened? Like, where does this dog come from? Like, how does it know that this is trouble? Like, there's like so many questions. Like, it's just weird. Now, it says maybe like free. I don't seek it out, but it's interesting when I come across it. Cryptids are the most interesting to me. Fair enough. Cryptids be cool. Also, I watch stuff on YT. SL.E.Tom. I got you, Lala. But I've heard to read about urban legend stories about cryptids and monsters from other countries. They're just gonna be spooked for sure. Stuff on YT, sometimes I like it though. This is good doggo. If you watch, he's watching in the upper left corner.
Bond between humans and dogs.
Oh, there is a dog there the whole time. Yes, okay, so that dog's there the whole time, and somehow it decides. Huh, okay. That's it. I wonder if that felt like that could have been staged, right? But I mean, I guess it's hard to know. Like, you hope people don't fake things just to fake things, but you never know.
The YouTube channel How We Roll typically delights viewers with entertaining family adventures. But in mid-2022, the tone shifted dramatically when they uploaded an eerie clip from their home security camera. The brief 18-second video captures a perplexing scene in their rented apartment.
They got some dadgum orbs floating around. Which orbs are so... I hated that.
Watching that again, as the house lights momentarily dim, a shadowy figure materializes, seemingly out of thin air.
Oh, I hate it. That's really easy to fake.
The channel owner later shed light on the backstory, explaining,
I mean, I guess just first of all, this is hella easy to fake. Because anytime you have like a light to dark that's like that sudden, you can easily make that a cut and have your transition just like edit the footage later. So like that's a real easy cut for film, especially digital film. It's like this is super easy to fake. I don't like it anymore. That still is uncomfy. I don't like seeing that. But anyway.
The channel owner later shed light on the backstory, explaining that since relocating to this residence from Arizona 2 years prior, their family life had been punctuated by a series of inexplicable occurrences. They often heard footsteps echoing through the house when no one else was around, and doors would spontaneously open and close. Moreover, a recurring nighttime event involved kitchen cupboards eerily opening and slamming shut. Concerned for his children's safety, the father would rush to check on them, only to find them soundly asleep. These unsettling experiences led to the decision to install a camera in the kitchen, hoping to capture evidence of the bizarre happenings. Intriguingly though, almost as soon as the camera was set up, the paranormal activities dwindled. Whether the camera served as a deterrent to the mysterious presence or it was a mere coincidence, the family's just relieved to be living in peace once again.
Weird. Okay. You know, that actually gives it a bit more credibility. Because, and again, that also kind of implies like a certain level of intelligence in whatever could be possibly haunting, you know, if we want to go that route. Because, again, I feel like ghosts would not be stupid and they would be trying to do things in a smart way. I don't know, though. Like, it is that funny idea of, like, the second you try to get footage of the paranormal, like, the paranormal hides. That's, like, such a thing in the history of, like, trying to catch ghosts on camera. But anyway, so that was that was interesting, especially because like it's a channel that's generally not paranormal content. So again, a little more credible because it's just like maybe like 1 or 2 videos and then not much else on that subject. But you know, Sarah says, "How about a stream where everyone just gathers up, talks about their spooky moments IRL?" That could be fun. I would love to do something like that. Like if there's enough people that want to, like either talk on mic or like even just like submit stories, I would love to do like actual personal experiences. I think that could be really fun. That's if there's like enough people that want to get in on it, right? Because like we'd have to have enough to fill some amount of time. But that'd be super. I'd be down for that, honestly, Star.
Reddit, known for its intriguing mysteries and shared experiences, was recently abuzz with a peculiar photograph shared by user ZZ870. The photograph, taken from an ex-partner's old family album, showcases an unsettling detail.
I hate that.
In the
That's
background
the
of
worst.
what appears to be a regular family photo is a grey, pallid-looking woman. Notably, her appearance contrasts starkly with the other subjects in the photo.
I hate it.
The family's certain there was no one behind them when the photo was taken and have been unable to identify the woman. While the user sought insights from the Reddit community to demystify the image, the mystery surrounding the grey figure remains. It leaves us with the age-old question: is this a genuine spectre captured on film or a mere trick of the lens? Let me know where you land on this one in the comments down below.
I mean, I don't like that I paused on this, but we'll deal with it. I mean, because pareidolia is a thing, right? Pareidolia is like the thing where like humans have a tendency to try to recognize faces and patterns out of other things. I don't think this is pareidolia because that's pretty solidly a figure. It could also be very like pretty solidly be something that could be faked, like very easily. Obviously, it's spooky as hell, but it's also like, again, it's like without any other additional like evidence one way or the other. It's like yeah, it's spooky, could be fake. I don't know. Alpha says, "Ew, I hate it." At least she posed. Lots thinks I hate it. You're welcome, everybody. Yeah, so I mean that's like just like the Grudge or like the Ring kind of nonsense. Like that's a little too on the nose.
One was submitted by viewer Guido B
Floating
via
figure.
Facebook. On September 17th, 2023, while walking the streets of Vienna, Austria, he noticed something strange floating in the sky. He took out his phone, and this is what he saw.
Oh, what the hell?
What looks like a humanoid shape can be seen floating through the air.
Come on, learn how to use learn how to use a focus. Oh, guys.
After watching the figure for some time, Guido thought it looked like a floating creature of some kind.
Well, we'll never know because you
What could this be?
friggin'
Is
shot it at
drone
like the
or perhaps some
crappiest.
balloons?
Come
Or
on.
is it something far more mysterious? Drop your theories on this one in the comments down below.
I mean, that could be a freaking bird sitting in a hot an upper draft, like you know, like those like updrafts that kind of like spiral. Like birds will just like sit in those because they're warm and cozy. Like that could be all that is. We'll never know because that was blurry as hell. Like, good luck figuring out what that is. By that picture though, it looks like old enough to maybe be double exposure. Oh, I forgot double exposure used to be a thing. You're right, Lala. Thanks for knowing that old stuff. Well, says maybe I didn't put enough maybes. You know. Probably Jesus Christ compactor. Yeah. It turns out the second coming was super low key. And all you want to do is like scare the hell out of a couple of random guys in England. Ugh. What a Book of Revelations really oversold it. Like, well, this is not enough maybes, is a tune. Let's see what Reddit has to say.
Reddit's no stranger to mysteries and unexplained phenomena.
Mirror.
A recent submission by user Dylan McDermott Mulroney has fueled both intrigue and skepticism within the community. The post features an unsettling photo taken in 2014 at the infamous Old Washoe Club in Virginia City, Nevada. The photograph shows the user, a towering figure at 6'4", posing in front of a mirror in the heart of the club. What's disturbing is the partial visage looming over his right shoulder. A face with hauntingly sunken black eyes.
I mean,
before dismissing this as mere trickery or a coincidence, one might
okay,
consider
I'll
the
listen,
storied
Callan.
history of the old Washoe Club, famously
Alright.
dubbed the Millionaires Club. A
Okay,
space that
convince
once
me.
buzzed with the wealthy elite of old Virginia town. It was once a place of opulence, debauchery, and dark undertones. The club was known for its strategic architecture, with its dignified main entrance and 2 concealed exits, aiding both discretion and nefarious activities. It wasn't just the living who frequented this place either, as one room was chillingly dedicated to storing dead bodies during freezing winters, awaiting the ground's thaw for a proper burial.
Alright.
Modern lore alleges that the old Washoe Club is haunted by 3 distinct ghosts. The lady in blue, a blonde spectre, is said to frequent the spiral staircase's apex, eerily reminiscent of the apparition captured in the Reddit user's photo. Alongside her are tales of a frightened young girl and a mischievous old-timey prospector, infamous for pilfering drinks from the bar. The bartenders even leave a shot of bourbon out for him every night, which invariably is empty by morning.
Well, that might just be
Mysterious
someone
door
drinking
movements,
booze.
disappearing drinks,
I don't
and the
think
eerie
that's
presence of the
paranormal.
lady in blue add layers to this recent Reddit post's credibility. As with all things paranormal, the truth is subjective, but there's no denying the old Washoe Club's enigmatic allure. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, this story serves as a chilling reminder of history's lingering presence.
I mean, that could be a human back there. That could be pareidolia. Excuse me. Like, I would love to see a photo of this exact like scene without the guy in the way, right? Like, what's what's normally behind him, right? Because that could just be like some other random thing. That could just try to be a person. Could be a ghost. Well, it says no mirrors. Things will be afraid of pee tonight. How do I cover my bathroom mirror? That just looks like a normal guy to me. Okay, that is some creepy history. I mean, that's the thing is like, they're like the fact that there's like actual history to it, including a prospector who apparently gets free whiskey because he's a ghost. Or maybe there's a bartender who gets free whiskey because he says he's leaving it out for a ghost and then he drinks it when everyone else is gone. Hutchins pareidolia is phenomenon seen faces and objects. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Hutchins, for the explanation. I think that brother may have that shirt now that I look at it. I mean, Nirvana's a good band. Got good taste. Hutchins like seeing Jesus in your grilled cheese. Yeah, exactly. And it's legit phenomena. It's a thing that humans do. We have a tendency to want to find patterns, especially faces, because evolutionarily it probably helped at some point, even though evolutionarily now it's probably screwing a lot of us over because it makes us paranoid. But anyway. Kind of spooky. Could be
Before
real.
we take a listen to some super unsettling home doorbell camera footage, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and creepy videos.
Ooh, scary and creepy.
In a world increasingly reliant on home security technology, we've become
Nighttime
accustomed
visitor.
to capturing all manner of unexpected events on camera. However,
I just want to say for the record, just before we start anything, there is so much footage that gets captured by like Ring doorbells and other like camera doorbells. I am so skeptical of these because like the freaking camera quality is so garbo. Like 100% of the time. Anyway, we'll see
recent
what this
clip
is.
shared on Facebook by the page Getway to Hell House has sent a shiver down the spines of its viewers. After being roused by an eerie scratching sound at their front door, the homeowner swiftly turned to their Ring doorbell security feed for answers. What they discovered has been the topic of intense debate and speculation.
Oh.
Listeners of the footage are
I
met with
hate
an
that.
unsettling voice that appears to whisper, "Let me in."
I don't like that. That's uncomfy.
This is followed by continued scratching and tapping sounds. But what's truly ignited conversations is the subsequent visual.
Just barely poking into the visible spectrum of the camera.
The
Great.
doorbell camera captures a mysterious figure lingering on the property.
I mean, that could just be someone pranking you, bro.
The shadowy figure's odd demeanour has led many to speculate on its origins. While some believe it's simply a mischievous prankster or an intruder with ill intentions, others are convinced that the footage reveals something far more paranormal. The figure's ghostly appearance has given rise to theories that this might be an otherworldly encounter, perhaps even a restless spirit. As of now, however, the truth behind this eerie visitor remains veiled in mystery.
There's like over here, like there's clearly like a shadow moving, right? Like everyone else like, oop. Like everyone else like sees like this shadow right here, right? Like there's someone over there moving. Like that could just straight up be a person being a creepy weirdo on your door. Like creepy weirdos happen. They don't have to be ghosts. That is not a whisper. Suppose I see the aliasing on the shadow. Yeah, well, like the whole thing, like this whole thing, like zooms in so weird. Like, yeah, I don't know about that one, guys. Again, it's like too on the nose. Like it's a little
That's
like...
the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. Watch some more right here with these 2 links right there. Now, if you love what we do here at Slapped Ham, consider becoming a member. There's the little blue join button right there. Click that. That'll pop up with all the benefits our members are currently enjoying. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.
Bye, Callan. Stay safe. I like to think there's like a giant comfy pillow he's like falling into off screen every time. I don't know that, but I like to believe it. He ends every video that way, and I don't know why he does it. It's such a weird thing to do, but hey. So there you go. So I guess, does anybody have like a happy fun video we could like end the stream on now that we're all feeling all creeped out and I should have thought about that before getting so far into this. Like probably should like end this on like on a palate cleanser maybe. It's like how you end every video saying goodbye for 10 minutes. Shush, Lala. 8 minutes tops. The tune says Kitten Spa. I don't think that's real, Hatoon. It's real, Hatoon. You win this round. Super cute kitten baby having spa treatment full service. That is incredible. Like, Hatoon, did you know this was real? Sorry, so that's just a homeless dude. That's just like weird people just happen on the planet, right? Like it doesn't have to be a ghost. Like people are just, can't believe there's actually freaking kitten spas. Relax, tiny kitten having a spa day. Hold on. Oh, it's adorable. He's having such a great time. There, we're gonna... Here, we'll just... So stupid. He's having such a... It's so cute. Anyway, so... Well, let me turn that volume down just a little. So, there we go. We'll just... We'll let that play while we finish off the stream. Yes, in the many ways I try to fall asleep, I've watched a lot of stuff. Also, I want a spa day. Applejack say he's so eepy. Also, a baby indeed. God, he's having just the... That is the face of a cat that is having the greatest day of its life. Like, holy cow. But anyway, thanks everybody for coming to hang out for this silly, spooky stream we did. And yeah, we might make this a more regular thing. Like, if people are into it, I would love to do more streams like this. This is like super fun for me. Like, I love like watching these kinds of stuff. I love kind of like talking about it with y'all. So I'm super into doing more of this kind of stuff if people want to do it. Like, it's so happy. Yeah, so and thanks for coming to hang out tonight. Like, this is like a fun little kind of trial stream for this kind of setup. And so if there's interest for it, we'll definitely come back to doing another one of these sometime. Maybe even beyond the spooky season. I mean, this could potentially become just like a semi-regular occurrence. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for tonight. Stars say he do be chillin' though. Yeah, so I believe as far as announcements, let's see, we got on Thursday, Smo can correct me, I believe on Thursday we're playing Resident Evil 4, the remake, the DLC, with Smo. Ab says, do you have a regular schedule or posted one somewhere? I do have a regular schedule, Applejacks, and I need to be better at posting it. I stream like I definitely stream about 4 times a week at least. Recently I'm streaming it a bit more often because there's spooky season stuff going on. But the next stream will be on Thursday. It'll be at the same time this one started, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It'll be with Smo79, who I think has been hanging out in chat. We've been playing Resident Evil 4, the DLC separate ways. And then Friday we're going to be doing some Yakuza 0. Saturday, I believe, is Elden Ring. And Sunday is Final Fantasy 14. Because we play way too many games on this channel, I don't know how to fix that, but that's what's happened in life. But yeah, so, and I really got to get better. I used to post the schedule every week in the community tab. I need to get doing that again. I feel bad that I don't. I need to be more professional. Also, you see that every time. It's lawless shush. It is time to make one for him. Objects is okay, nice. Hey, Smo. Star says, I mean, cat is super lazy. This just makes him very comfy. You finish at least one before you start a new one. That's how you fix it. I think that really should be the plan. I've accidentally just started a bunch of games. Like, I can't do any more new games at this point. Like, I'm full up because I also play Warframe a lot. Like, so I just can't do any more new games till we finish up some. But anyway, yeah, so I think that's it for announcements. Also, we do have our Discord. I believe tomorrow we're watching some anime. Watching Full Metal Alchemist, I believe, in the Discord if anyone wants to join in for that fun stuff. And I think that's all the announcements. So I think that'll be it for today. Thanks everyone for hanging out. It was fun having you. Thanks for subscribing, Applejacks. It's cool of you to stop in and hang out. Law says, do you remember what episode? It's an episode where they do alchemy. I don't know. I think there's like bad people that they have to stop. Don't question. I think somebody was paying attention to that. But anyway, we'll get out of here. Star says, I agree. Atune says SMH. Law says, how did I know you're going to say that they do alchemy? I don't know. I'm watching it. I can't. It's been a couple of weeks since we last did a get together, so it's been a second. But anyway, that's happening tomorrow. We'll figure it out before then. But yeah, so thanks everybody for coming to hang out. We'll see y'all next stream. Hope you have a lovely night. Hope you have a good rest of your week. And we'll be seeing you later. Bye-bye. Bye.